Hi, I'm Miss Deborah, and this is Miss Jane from Suffolk Public Library, and today we're going to do some origami with you. We have different kinds of paper, and we're going to go over that today. And today we're going to make some origami hats.
All right, so I'm going to start us off with, this is just a basic Post-it note, and you may have some of these around your house, and these are really great for origami because they're already square. The only thing to watch out for is they do have a sticky part on them, which can make things a little harder. So, for the hat, we're going to start by folding our paper diagonally so that the two corners meet up. And then we're going to flatten that crease so that it's nice and crisp. Alright, and then we're going to hold it so that the open side is facing away from you. And you're going to take your two corners here, and we're basically turning this into another square again by folding our corners down so that they meet like this, and then we fold our other corner down, and now they look kind of like a pair of floppy ears. And then for this part I like to turn it back so it's facing me, and I like to take the corner and we're just going to fold it so it matches up like this. And if we're going too fast, don't worry, because we are going to go over this again more than once. And we're going to fold it up so it matches, and then we have it built like this. And now we're going to add our decoration. So for our decoration, we're going to take our corner and we're going to fold it at a bit of an angle, and then we just flatten that crease out so it looks a little bit like you made a tiny triangle sitting on top of a bigger triangle. And then we're going to do that to the opposite side. And then we should be here, and then the bottom part opens up like this, and see it's a little sticky because we're using a Post-it note, so that don't let that throw you. Make sure you separate it all the way, but don't go too fast, you might tear your paper. And we're gonna fold that up so it's about 2/3 of the way up, and we're gonna have a little gap down here at the bottom, and then we're gonna fold that gap up because that's what holds everything in place for us. And then we open the bottom, and we fold in this very last tag. And now we have a teeny tiny hat that we can wear. I'm gonna put my hat on.
I'm going to put mine on Fred.
Oh, no, I think it's a little too small.
It is a little
All
small,
right.
even on Fred.
Let's try to make a bigger hat.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna set my hat over here. And so I just wanted to point out that you do not have to have origami paper to make origami. You can make a square piece of paper out of anything. And a tip I like to use, a big rule of thumb in making my own square paper, is I like to take the corner and I like to fold it down and make a triangle, because a square is two equal triangles. So once you folded the paper, you can see where to cut it to make a square. May I have the scissors?
Yes, here you go,
Miss Deborah. And then we're just gonna cut this end piece off. You can also do the trick where you fold it forwards and backwards and just tear it off. And now we have a square piece of paper, and we are ready to do some origami. And
we're making a bigger hat this time,
we
right?
already have our first fold. So we're gonna fold our hat in half like this, and we've got the open side facing us, so we're going to take the two corners and we're going to fold them down to the bottom to make our diamond or square, depending upon how you look at it. And then we are going to take our corners and we are going to fold those up like this. And make sure you're flattening those creases so your hat doesn't fall apart. And then we're going to add our decoration. Remember where we made that little off-center triangle, like that. And then we're going to fold up the bottom again about 2/3. And then we want to make sure we have a little bit of a gap here so that we can fold that back up to hold our hat in place. And then we fold in this last bit here. Awesome job, Miss Deborah.
I'm learning with you.
You got it. All right, do you think this one will fit?
Let's see. see what Fred looks like now.
No, it doesn't fit me.
It fits Fred.
It fits Fred.
But I want one that fits me. Can we do one that fits me?
Okay, we've got one for Fred, and now we need one for us. So for this one, we're gonna go nice and slow so you guys can follow along at home, okay? And we've got our big newspapers because one page of the newspaper is a square, which is perfect. You don't have to cut it at all. And we are gonna start by folding it diagonally like we've been doing to make a big triangle. All right, and now we've got our big triangle.
That's right.
And we're gonna take our corners here and we're just gonna fold them down to the bottom like this. And it helps because the creases that were already in the newspaper match up to what we're trying to do.
It's very nice.
And then we're gonna take each corner and fold it up to the top. And now it's time for my favorite part, which is adding the decoration. And so we're gonna put this at an angle like that, and this at an angle. And make sure those lines are nice and crisp. It can be really tough with the newspaper because it's a bit thin. So making sure those creases are strong really helps. And then you're gonna fold this up again about 2/3. And then you're gonna take that last bit and you're gonna fold it up to meet and flatten it out. And then our last step is we lift it up and we fold in our tag to make our hat. Now, my favorite piece of newspaper to make this with is the funny pages because it's already decorated, but you can get out your markers and you can decorate the hat yourself. And you can open the hat.
And sometimes you might need to put some staples in it just to make it stick a little bit better.
Yeah, it helps it stay together, especially if you're running around the house fighting samurai villains. And this is a Japanese samurai hat, and the samurai were kind of like the medieval knights. They had a code of honor, and they led lives of adventure. And you can lead lives of adventure at home with your very own samurai hat.
So we're challenging you to try this with us and post those pictures on social media and tag at Suffolk Public Library. We can't wait to see what you've made and what you're doing with them. Bye.